But yeah, that's the joys of being legally blind and social awkwardness. Yay! Hey guys, welcome back to my video, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Cassie, and I'm going to be posting videos about being legally blind or visually impaired, having low vision, and also just upbeat videos, positive videos about staying positive while being legally blind or having a visual impairment or disability for that matter. So if you would please hit that subscribe button and let me know, if there's any kind of videos that y'all would like to see. So I'm going to start this off with a story about me, my husband, and my friend that recently went to a local coffee shop, with this video being about social awkwardness and how being legally blind affects your social life. So here's the story. We went to this local coffee shop, right? And I'm getting my coffee, my husband and his friend are getting their tea, and I go to check out and everything, and I turn around and realize I don't know where we're sitting. So I'm looking around for my husband, I don't see him. So I find my friend and I'm like, hey, where are you guys sitting? And he said, oh, we're up front, you must have missed us. So I'm like, okay. So I go back up front and I'm looking around at the tables too, because we also went there to play some games. So I'm looking for any tables that might have some kind of gaming equipment or, gaming stuff on it. And I see a table and I'm like, hey, that must be us. And there's already somebody sitting there. So I go over and I'm thinking it's my husband. And I pull the chair out and he looks up at me and like, may I help you? And I go, oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for my husband. And he just gives me this like scared look. Like, I'm so afraid of marriage. Marriage is such a commitment. And then like, he looks back down at his book, starts laughing a little bit, and I know he's probably thinking, oh, I'm never gonna get married. Like, that's just the way that it seemed. So I'm going, okay, and turning and walking away. And so I just thought that was kind of funny because I almost sat down with a stranger. And it was just really awkward, especially the way he acted. But then I found my husband and our friend and realized we were like 2 tables over. But yeah, that's the joys of being legally blind and social awkwardness. Yay! So to get started, the first thing that is a big deal kind of with being legally blind is I cannot drive. So I can't drive to be able to go to a job. I can't drive to be able to go to a friend's house or any kind of like social activities, like if I wanted to take a like Zumba class or a Krav Maga class and stuff like that. I can't do that myself. And I also can't go to the store if I need maybe like snacks or, sugar or milk or something for baking. And so I usually have to get my husband or friends or family to be able to pick that stuff up for me. But so going back to the job is, just because you're legally blind doesn't mean that you can't have a job. I've had plenty of jobs, but whenever we moved to where we live now, it's kind of become difficult to find a job that is in the same town that my husband works in. I've applied for many jobs there and it doesn't seem like it wants to work out. And so I'm taking that as a sign. Sorry, my eye is watering like crazy. I'm just taking that as a sign that maybe I'm not supposed to have a job. The universe telling me that maybe you're supposed to do something else. So this is me doing something else. So, and if you are legally blind and looking for a job, don't give up, and maybe you could do something like this. So the next thing that can kind of make things awkward is recognizing people, especially if they're more than 20 feet away from me. I can see someone standing there, but I can't tell who it is. So when people are like, hey Cassie, I'm like, hey, person I don't recognize. And they're like, then they go, you don't remember me, do you? And it's not that I don't remember you. I love meeting people. I love getting to know people and making friends. And so it's not that I don't remember you. It's that I don't recognize you because you're so far away. I can't tell who you are. And unless you've been in, right here in my face, or I've been around you enough to recognize your voice, I'm sorry, I'm not going to recognize you. And I hate that because it does make that kind of awkward, like, since I can't tell who it is. And something that kind of goes in with that, there's a lot of different things that go into people's appearances, especially if they cut their hair, or if they grow their hair long, or if they dye their hair, or if a man shaves his beard, or if he grows a beard. Like, there's all different kinds of things. And like I said, if I haven't seen you enough for me to recognize your voice and stuff like that, then I'm sorry, I'm not gonna recognize who you are. And gesturing is another thing. It's the next thing that I was going to talk about, but it goes into that too, with people waving at me or trying to get my attention. Hey, I'm waving at you, or hey. Most of the time, if people are like this and they're yelling, unless they're saying my name, I don't know that they're talking to me. And I have a hard time too with knowing that people are looking at me, because I can't see people's eyes unless they're right in my face. So I don't know, people are gesturing to me, or if they're pointing, they're like, hey, look at that over there. And I'm going, where? Oh, and going back to the appearance thing, like I said, a lot of different things go into people's appearance. So when the men have, beards and stuff like that, I was scared of Santa Claus when I was little, because I thought that was part of his face, which I know it's part of your face, but I thought his face was like elongated, and that scared me to death. And so I never wanted Santa Claus to come into our house. I wanted the presents, just not to see Santa Claus. So the next socially awkward situation is if I've just met someone new, or if someone is relatively new in my life and they ask me to go shopping or go to a restaurant or movies or something like that with them. Most of the time I'm going to say no. And it's not because I don't want to go anywhere, or I don't want to go anywhere with that person, because I love shopping and I love going places, because with being legally blind, I don't get to go a lot of places throughout the week. And so I usually go to places that I need to go to on the weekend, because that's when my husband or family or friends can take me places. So it's not that I don't want to go. It's that I'm not going to feel comfortable in that situation, since you're kind of a brand new person to me. And, first of all, I need to know that you're not going to leave me and abandon me in a situation that is dangerous, or going to leave me and put me in a dangerous situation. So that's one of the main reasons that I won't go anywhere with new people, because I have to build that trust to know that. The second reason is if we're going to the movies or to a restaurant, most of the time I have to be led to my seat, or I have to hold on to their arm or something like that to be able to know where we're going. And doing that with someone that's new in your life and someone you don't know very well is kind of awkward. And it's weird, because it feels weird for me, because it feels like I'm basically grabbing a stranger's arm. And then I know it's weird for them, because they don't know me very well, and they're like, what are you doing? And they feel awkward, and it's just kind of a whole awkward situation. But with going shopping, it takes me a lot longer to shop than other people, just because I'm legally blind. I bet that didn't surprise you. But what can take other people 5 to 10 minutes to find and get, it can take me anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, because I will sit there and go over all the options, because I have to have things, and the items that I'm looking at, I have to have them right here in my face to be able to read them. And so looking at all the different options so I can make the best informed decision about what I want, then it can take a long time and it's very time consuming. So, and I know most people like to be able to go in and get what they want and come back out, and they don't want to spend more time in a store than they have to. So I don't want to have to make myself like a burden or make them spend more time in the store than they want to. So until I get to know someone very well and know that either they love to go shopping and spending time, a lot of time in stores, or they know that I have problems with being able to find things and look at things, then yeah, that's kind of just held off until I can get to really know somebody. Speaking about shopping, I'm thinking about doing some shopping videos so y'all can kind of see my process and what all I have to do to be able to shop somewhere. And if y'all have any suggestions about where to shop, what kind of stores I need to shop in, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. So that's all I have for today. I hope y'all have a wonderful day and take care. Bye.